Welcome to your daily solo 401k webinar Q&A session with my solo 401k financial, where we help you to stop overpaying taxes and start building real retirement wealth. So we have a really good topic for you today. Today's topic is how to invest your 401k into gold. This is actually a very popular investment right now. Gold recently hit over 4,200 an ounce, and it's predicted to hit 5,000 by the end of the year. So, as always, go ahead and type over your questions during the live webinar. We'll answer those questions as they come in. They don't have to be specific to today's topic. They can be regarding any facet of retirement accounts, whether solo 401k plans, IRAs, and even traditional 401ks. So why do investors turn to gold? I'm sure you already have an idea. One is rising inflation, which happens during economic uncertainty. So gold is often used as a hedge against inflation and for market and to help stem market volatility. Also, long-term store of value and diversification. It's typically recommended that you should not invest more than 10% of your retirement account in precious metals. So that's something to keep in mind when discussing with your financial professional. Here at my solo 401k financial, we don't provide investment or financial advice. So we often get clients inquiring about investing in precious metals because their current 401k, known as a traditional 401k offered by their full-time employer, does not allow for investing in physical precious metals. Well, those types of 401ks have limited investment options. And as a result, you don't have access to alternative investments, whether it's real estate, cryptocurrency, and in this case, physical gold. Instead, those traditional 401ks typically only allow you to invest in certain mutual funds and exchange traded funds. Not so with the solo 401k. So the self-directed solo 401k may be your solution if you're looking to diversify outside of Wall Street, including investing in gold. But the solo 401k, you're going to have full investment control over your solo 401k funds, which means that you're going to be able to invest in physical gold using that solo 401k as an investment option. And we're talking about actual physical gold, like the gold coins and gold bars. You can choose to invest your pre-tax solo 401k funds in gold, or even your Roth solo 401k funds in gold, or both source types can be invested in gold. If this information is helping you feel more confident about your future, please take 1 second to like and subscribe. It tells the platform this content is valuable, which helps other solopreneurs like you find it. Subscribing guarantees you get notifications of all of our crucial content that we deliver every day to help you secure your retirement. So how does it work when investing in gold through a solo 401k plan? One, you have to be self-employed in order to open a solo 401k plan. So a solo 401k plan is for owner-only businesses that do not employ any non-owner full-time W-2 employees who work 1,000 hours or more in your business. Once you're eligible to open a solo 401k plan, that plan can be funded by either transferring IRAs and or former employer plans to that solo 401k. You may also make annual contributions to the plan. for tax year 2025, the overall contribution limit is $70,000 for those who are under age 50. Once you've transferred those IRAs or former employer plans to the solo 401k, you can then invest that solo 401k plan and allow gold, whether we're talking about coins or the actual bullion. Keep in mind that the purity of that gold needs to be at least 0.999%. Also, only certain types of gold can be held in a retirement account, including a solo 401k. Some of those types of gold allowed in a solo 401k plan are American Eagle coins. It's a very popular one. You can also invest in Australian kangaroo, nugget coins, the Austrian Philharmonic coins, Canadian Maple Leaf coins, Credit Suisse Pam Swiss bars, US Buffalo Gold uncirculated coins, no proofs. So that's an example of some allowed gold in a solo 401k plan. When you go to invest in gold through a solo 401k plan, you need to make sure that that gold is purchased from an approved dealer. You also need to make sure that you make that investment in that gold through the solo 401k plan directly. That's why you're going to want to make sure that you open up a safety deposit box in the name of the solo 401k at the local bank. In other words, you cannot store the gold in your home or office. If you do so, that could be deemed a prohibited transaction at worst case or as taxable distribution. So when you open up a holding account for the solo 401k plan, it can be a bank account or a brokerage account. However, if you invest in gold, physical gold, you're also going to need a safety deposit box at the local bank to hold the metals, so the gold. You cannot store your personal possessions or your business possessions in that same safety deposit box. Only the assets belonging to the plan, including gold. And that's an IRS regulation, meaning that you cannot hold on to precious metals in your home or your office. And again, as far as the purity of the gold, it's got to be a 99.5% purity or higher. In review, it's got to be held with a depository taking institution like Delaware Depository, or you can use your local bank, where you can hold it in a safety deposit box specifically for holding the metals. You also cannot use this you cannot use the solo 401k gold for personal use or to guarantee a loan. Let's say you're looking to get a home mortgage. You cannot use the gold or any asset of the plan as security for that loan. That's not allowed. So what are the benefits of investing in gold through a solo 401k? Well, again, it's often used to hedge against inflation. It's used to diversify your solo 401k, even though the solo 401k plan allows for investing in equities and other alternative investments like real estate, cryptocurrency, promissory notes, tax liens. Many clients like to diversify by investing in gold. And it can be done through your pre-tax solo 401k as well as your Roth solo 401k. And it's not considered a distribution because the solo 401k is invested in the gold. So you want to make sure the receipt for the purchase of that gold is issued in the name of the solo 401k plan. Okay, so again, go ahead and type over any questions you have during the live webinar, and we'll answer those questions as they come in. Here are some common mistakes to avoid when investing in precious metals, including gold, through a solo 401k. So you want to make sure, again, that you purchase approved gold. And I already went over some of those examples of approved gold in a solo 401k, including American Eagle coins, as well as the Canadian Maple Leaf coin. So those are some of the most popular types of gold that we see solo 401k clients invest in. Again, you need to use the solo 401k funds to invest in gold, not your personal funds. In other words, you can't sell gold that you personally own already to the solo 401k, nor can you buy it from the solo 401k plan, nor can you use your personal funds and then have the solo 401k reimburse you for the purchase of the gold. Also, do not store the gold at your home or your office. Make sure you keep accurate documentation, including having the receipt for the purchase of that gold reflect that the solo 401k purchased the metals. Here's a good question here. Can one safety deposit box be used for both pre-tax and Roth assets? Yes, you can, because remember, it's considered one solo 401k plan that allows for investing in metals, and the plan allows for both pre-tax and Roth funds. Therefore, you can use the same safety deposit box to hold the metals in, including the gold. Good question. Okay, it looks like we've come to the end of our session here. If you have any questions, go ahead and type those over, and we'll go over those here. So again, we're almost done with today's session. Thank you so much for investing your time with us. Your time is valuable, and your retirement future is worth it. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe so we can keep building this community. We'll be back here tomorrow with more crucial content to help you secure your retirement.